Hello again, I'm Rahena, and we are continuing our Let's Play of Gakuen Heaven 2. This time we'll cover the actual second round of the Bell 1. This is just the announcer saying, come to the auditorium, everyone. And here on the stage is Professor Sakaki, reminding you that this is a test of strength. Which will be interesting to prove that through your computer. And it's time for the explanation of the rules. Which means it's Panda's turn. And as Sakaki has said, it is a test of strength. And the panda's kind of saying, show us your strength to the point of wondering if it'll ever be enough. And this is another annoying pun type name. It's kind of run, pummeling or something, but like everything here means run, basically. And here's the rules. So, they're in front of you, the student council president. There will be a bunch of words. And before it gets to the bottom and disappears, you have to type it in. So this is a typing minigame. Fun, right? And you get 1 minute to do it. I look forward to seeing your result. Concentrate on typing a lot. Oh, you're not confident in your typing? Don't worry about it. You can rely on your partner. So if you choose to cooperate with your partner, it makes it a bit easier. So I highly recommend always doing that. Always choose to do it with your partner, just because this minigame is a pain in the ass no matter what. So do anything you can to make it a little simpler for yourself. So you get the choice of either doing it with your partner or doing it by yourself. I really think you should always choose to do it with your partner. And then it asks how you want to input the characters. So you can, type it with the regular, just normal Roman alphabet, or you can choose kana if you have a Japanese keyboard, which I actually do, but I don't know how to touch type that because it's got the symbols written on the keys and they're in completely different configurations than anything I'm used to, so we're just going to do it normal. That's fantastic. Alright. And if you get tired, you can always hit the escape key to pause it. Are you ready? Alright, so it's going to start, and now you will listen to me pounding on the keyboard for a minute, so please enjoy these sounds of me frantically trying to type this junk. Alright, let's do it together. And here we are, and the words will actually appear in that box that says typing right above the picture of the keyboard if you can't read. Okay. Okay. Yosh. And each character has different words that kind of relate to their root. Like sprint.
Yosh. 見直したよ。さすが。さあ次。何やってんだよ。やるじゃん。
So you can see it doesn't go super fast. I don't think I've ever had a word get to the bottom.
どうだ。おかしいな。オッケー。バカ。さあ次。
Don't make fun of me, Tomo.
いいぞ。やったー。撃てた。さあ次。やるじゃん。 俺も案外やるもんだろ。
見直したよ。
And I think as long as you get 3 clovers at the top there, you'll pass. It may be different with different characters.
意外とやるもんやないか。2回戦も
Like
突破や
different
で。
characters may support you more. At least I think that's how it was in the original Gakuen Heaven. There were different. You had to catch hamsters at one point, and I think the amount of hamsters you had to catch or the amount of points you had to get varied depending on the character you paired with. Like if you paired with someone who was not as physically strong, like the Queen or Professor Umino, you didn't have to catch quite as many as if you had paired with someone strong like Niwa or Nakajima. So I don't know if this one's different, but I think as long as you get 3 of the big clovers, you're good. So that's good enough. Alright, you did unexpectedly
こ
well.
の調子で気抜かんと頑張りや。
So don't slack off and keep doing your best.
うわー、勝ててよかった。
Well, I'm so glad we won.
やったな、トモ。
Good job, Tomo.
あと1回勝てば、俺は理事会にエースと認められて、この学園を守ることができる。
So there's just 1 round left, and then I can be acknowledged as the ace and protect the school.
3回戦が運の勝負なら、きっとなんとかなるよ。
The 3rd round is luck, so it'll work out somehow. And Tomo doesn't seem very
ト
excited.
モ、どうしたんだ？ 2回戦に勝てたこと、嬉しくないのか？
Aren't you happy that we won the 2nd round?
なあ、ユキ。
Hey, Yuki.
もうやめにしないか。
Can we just quit?
やめるって何を？
What do you mean?
このベルワンっ
Stop?
てゲームのことだ。
This game that's called the Bell One.
何言ってるんだよ。
What are you
こんな
saying?
くだらないゲーム、クリアしたって意味なんかない。
This ridiculous game. There's no point in winning it.
だからリタイアしよ
So let's retire.
リタイアってどういうこと？
What do you
そんな
mean?
こといきなり言われたって意味がわかんないよ。
You're saying that all of a sudden. I don't understand what you mean.
う。いきなりじゃない。
It's not all of a sudden. So this is a very important scene. This is one of the key scenes in Tomo's route, and it's actually very long. I may cut it in the middle just so it doesn't get too overwhelming. But this is very surprising all of a sudden. You know, Tomo's not the most enthusiastic person, obviously, but he never seemed like he didn't want to win until now.
ずっと考えてきたことなんだ。
I've been thinking about it all the time, quitting.
トモ、もしかしてお前妨害されたことを気にしてるのか？
Could it be that you're worried about people
あ
obstructing
んな
us?
ことくらい大したことないじゃないか。
That's not such a big deal.
それに俺たちがリタイアしたらこの学園はなくなっちゃうんだぞ。
And if we give up now, this school will disappear, won't it?
俺もお前もみんなも学園にいられなくなってバラバラになっちゃうんだぞ。
And you and me and everyone at the school will all be scattered.
なのになんでそんなこと言うんだよ。
So why are you saying
も
that?
う俺たち2回も勝ったんだぞ。あともう1回勝てば全部解決できるんだ。
We've already finished 2 of the rounds. All we have to do is win once more and we can resolve everything. So it almost seems like Tomo's afraid of winning here because with Yuki's good luck, this 3rd round that is based on luck only, it seems almost, guaranteed that they'll win. There's no way they can lose at this point, and yet Tomo wants to stop here.
トモ、
確かにここまでは俺たちはうまくいったかもしれない。
Well, we may have done well up until now.
3回戦は完全に運の勝負になる。
The 3rd round is definitely going to be a test of luck.
そこで負けたら廃校の責任を背負わされるのはお前なんだぞ、ユキ。
If we lose, you're the one who's going to have to bear the responsibility of the school closing.
なんで負けたらなんて考えるんだよ。
Why are you
勝てる
thinking
かも
about
しれないじゃない
losing?
か。
We can win, right?
かもしれないじゃダメなんだ。
Not just we
3
can.
回戦に負けたらこの学園の生徒の未来が保証されるかどうかはわからない。
If we lose in the 3rd round, we can't guarantee the futures of the students.
でも今なら間に合う。
So we should stop
間
now.
に合うって何がだよ。
今リタイアして俺が理事会側について学園を潰す方に一票投じさえすれば学園がなくなっても廃校後の生徒たちの未来は保証できるんだ。
So Tomo's idea here is we can quit now, I can talk to the board, I can vote to close the school, and then I can help the students with their futures.
でも最終戦まで俺たちが抵抗したらそれも叶わなくなる。
But if we resist until the end, they won't grant that request. So another thing that the board is doing to put pressure on Tomo is they're saying, okay, if you give in now, if you agree to let us close the school, then we'll let you help the students. We'll let you help place them at other schools, help them find other places to go. But if they continue resisting to the end and they lose, then they're not going to help any of the students. They're just going to be like, tough luck, guys. Good luck finding a new school to go to. And remember that this school is the only place where some of these students who participate in more minor sports or who have talents that are not so common have a place to practice those things. So someone who's in a very minor sport, there may not be enough people who participate in that sort of thing to be on a team at another school, or even have a school that's big enough to sponsor them in expensive things like trips overseas or travel to competitions or competition entry fees, those sorts of things. Because this school covers all those kinds of fees for the students, there's a lot more opportunity for them here. So they're kind of, the board is holding the students hostage and they're putting pressure on Tomo to quit.
そんな、みんなの進路のためにこの学園を潰すって。
You could shut down the school for the sake of everyone's future?
そんなの絶対おかしいよ。
That's so
トモ、
weird.
この学園を守らなくちゃいけないお前がこの学園を潰すのか。
But you're supposed to protect this school and you'd shut it down?
俺たちに残された道はもうそれしかないんだ。
That's the only path that's been left to us.
廃校の責任は全部俺が負う。そもそもの原因は俺にあるんだ。
And I'll bear the full responsibility for it. Anyway, I'm the reason they're doing this.
だからお前はもうこんな茶番に付き合わなくていい。
So you don't have to be a part of this farce anymore. And here we get another choice. And the correct one is the first one. What ridiculous thing are you saying?
何バカなこと言ってるんだ。負けるかもしれないから勝つ可能性を捨てるのか。そんなの絶対間違ってるよ。
You want to throw away the possibility of winning just because we might lose? That's wrong.
トモ、一体どうしたんだよ。
Tomo, what's up?
いくら将来が保証されたとしてもみんなこの学園の生徒じゃなくなっちゃうんだぞ。
And even if you can guarantee their futures, everyone will stop being students here.
俺はそんなの嫌だ。
And I don't want that.
じゃあお前は負けた時の責任をどう取るつもりなんだよ。
Then how do you intend to take responsibility when we lose? So Tomo is extremely negative here. He must suspect something, that even though this is going to be a contest of luck, that, you know, Yuki's luck isn't going to work. Why does he think that?
そんなの負けた時に考えればいいことだろう。
Why are you just thinking about losing?
考えたってお前には何もできないじゃないか。
Because you can't do anything
俺だって
about
そう
it.
だ。理事長なんて名前だけで俺には何の力もないんだ。
I'm just the director in name. I can't do anything.
だったらまだ理事会が譲歩してくれている最終戦の前に降りた方がいいじゃないか。
So isn't it better to compromise with the board and drop out before the final battle?
お前だってわかるだろう。なあ、ユキ。
You get it, don't you?
トモ、やっぱりリタイアなんて俺は嫌だ。
No, I don't want to quit.
なんでお前は負けることばかり考えるんだよ。
Why are you only thinking of losing?
まだ負けるって決まったわけじゃないだろう。
Well, it hasn't been decided that we're going to lose.
負けることばかり考えてたら勝てる勝負だって勝てないよ。
If all you think about is losing, you can't win. So again, he's repeating that just like he said. Gosh, it was super recently, wasn't it? I remember just saying that maybe in the last video or the one before.
俺は絶対に降りないからな。少しでも勝つ可能性があるなら俺はそれにかける。
He says, I'm not going to step down. If there's even a small chance of winning, I'm going to bet on that.
俺はそのために ベル1に出るって決めたんだ。
That's why I decided to be in the Bell one. So Yuki's not going to give up. He's not the kind of character who will give up if he's decided to do something, if he's determined to do something, especially if he thinks it's for the good of other people.
でも最終戦は運だけなんだぞ。
Do you really think it's just
お前がどんなに強がったって努力や才能があれば勝てるスポーツや学業のゲームとは違うんだ。
No matter how strong your luck is, it's going to be different from something like sports or a game where you can put in some sort of effort or you have your talents that help you.
純粋に運だけなら勝率は 50%。 つまり 50% の確率でこの学園はなくなるんだぞ。
If it's purely based on luck, it's a 50-50 chance. So yes, you have a 50% chance of winning, but there's also a 50% chance of losing. So it's interesting that he says it's a 50-50 thing. It sounds like he knows what the final round entails, and it is actually a 50-50. But it's kind of odd that he would mention that, and that the game would just kind of feed that to you and let you assume that it is going to be something like that. Because if it's luck, it could be anything. I mean, right? It could be draw one paper out of 100 or something. You know, it could be just a 1% chance for all you know. So it's, I don't know. I think it's a little interesting that they reveal that here.
だからなんで友は勝つ確率が 50% もあるって考えないんだよ。
Well, why aren't you thinking that there's a 50% chance of winning?
友は戦いもせずに諦めてるだけじゃないか。
Don't
俺
give
は
up.
絶対に諦めない。
I'm not giving up.
俺は自分の運に自信がある。それは友だって知ってるじゃないか。
I have faith in my luck. I know you know that.
それは向こうがちゃんと運だけの勝負をしてくれればの話だろ。
Well, that's why if it was only up to luck, if they did it properly.
理事会側だって自分たちが勝てると踏んだからベルワンの許可をしたんだ。
Don't you think that the board just gave permission to do this because they think we have a very low chance of winning?
普通に考えて運が左右するようなゲームをまともに戦ってくれると思うか。
If it was a game just based on luck, would they honestly let us do it?
考えてもみろよ。この学園の存亡がこんな遊びじみたゲームで決まるなんて。
それは伊藤先生の時に MVP 戦っていう前例があったからで。
So Tomo there was saying, well, don't you think it's strange them deciding the school's existence based on something like a childish game? And Yuki says, well, there was the precedent of Professor Ito and the MVP battle.
生徒一人の退学問題と今回の学園の廃校問題とじゃ意味も規模も根本的に違う。
And Tomo has a point here, and this is also why I prefer this game to the first one, because the sense of scale is so much bigger. Tomo was saying, you know, the meaning and the scope of that are just fundamentally different. We were talking about in Professor Ito's time, in Keita's time, it was a question of one student being expelled from the school. Here, it's the entire school is going to be closed. It's just a completely different level of danger, which makes it more urgent here.
俺たちは理事会の大人たちの手の上でただ時間稼ぎをしているに過ぎないんだ。
And we're just buying time from the adults who are on the board. So here's the first, I don't know if it's the first mention, but how the students, especially Tomo, distinguish themselves from the board. Tomo calls them the adults. It's always the adults messing with us.
俺たちが何をしようとこの学園の運命はもう決まっている。
No matter what we do, the school's fate has already been decided by them.
だからこんな茶番ゲームやっても意味はないんだよ。
So there's no meaning in participating in this game.
そんなのやってみなくちゃわからないじゃないか。
You don't know unless we try.
なんでだよ友。どうしてそんなこと言うんだよ。
Why are you saying
俺
things
たち
like this?
一緒に頑張ろうって話してたじゃないか。
Didn't you say that you would do your best with
お
me?
前もう学園のこととかナオ兄の気持ちとかどうでもよくなったのか。
This is kind of harsh. This is kind of rude on Yuki's part. But do you not care about the school or Naoni's feelings? So he's pulling the big brother card on Tomo, and that should be illegal. That's a foul, Yuki. You can't do that. And yeah,
ああそうだ。
Tomo is not
お
okay with
前の
that.
言う通り何もかもどうでもよくなったんだ。
I'm gonna take a quick look at the scene here. Just grabbed him. looking very desperate. And Tomo says, just as you say, I don't care about anything anymore.
もうたくさんなんだよ。
It's all too much for me.
トモ、お前。
このベルワンだって元はといえば俺が原因なんだ。お前のせいなんかじゃない。
This Bell 1 thing is all because of me. It's not your fault.
俺だって自分の力で何とかできるなら何とかしたいって思ってたよ。
And I'm thinking, is there anything I can do with my own power? I want to do it.
できることなら兄さんの意志を継いでやりたいって思ってた。
If I could do it, I wanted to inherit my brother's dying wish.
精一杯やれることはやったよ。
I did everything I could.
トモ。
でも無理なんだ。
But it's impossible.
なんでだよ。
お前だってわかるだろ。
You know.
俺は理事長をやれる器なんかじゃない。
It's because I don't have the capacity to be the director.
俺は兄さんみたいにはなれない。
I can't be like my brother. So Tomo, you know, so young and having had so many things happen to him, which we still don't know about. There are still more things to come. Is just not confident in his ability to take over this, you know, adult's job. There's just no way that someone who is only 15 years old can be the director, manager of a school like this. It's just crazy, right?
人望も力も能力も年齢も何もかも足りない。
You know, in popularity and strength, ability, my age, they're all not enough.
そんな俺に一体どうしろって言うんだよ。
What are you asking me to do?
俺じゃどうあがいたって無理なんだ。
It's just all no use.
そんなこと。
なあ、ユキ、こんなガキの俺が理事長として理事会に承認されたのはなぜだと思う？
Why do you think the board approved letting a brat like me become the director?
前理事長の弟だったから。
Oh, poor Yuki. Still so naive. It's because you're the little brother of the previous director?
違うよ。
No.
俺が何もできない。
It's because I can't
た
do
だの子
anything.
供だったからだ。
I'm just a kid.
キャリアも実力もある鈴菱直下の人間が兄さんの代わりに来たら理事会は好きなようにできない。
So here's where we get a little more information here. If a competent person from Suzubishi came in place of my brother, the board here wouldn't be able to do whatever they like anymore.
でも俺なら理事会がいいように扱える。
But with me as the director, they can manipulate me.
だから適当に騙して体のいい傀儡として利用するために俺を承認したんだ。
And they approved me because they could
そん
use
な
me
俺
as
が
a puppet.
今の理事会に対して
What can
何
someone
かで
like
きると
me
思うか？
do against the board of directors?
でもそれで諦めたらそれこそ理事会の思うツボじゃないか。
But if you give up now, that's just what they want.
そんなこと分かってる。
I know that.
俺だって何とかしたいと思ったさ。でも俺には何の力もない。
But I don't have any
結
power.
局俺はどこに行っても他人に都合よく利用されるだけなんだ。
And here's another hint of Tomo's past. In the end, no matter where I go, I'm just used for the convenience of others.
理事長のことだけじゃない。
It's not just
これ
as
まで
the
だって。
director.
ずっとそうだ。
It's always been like this.
俺の意志とは関係なく何もかも勝手に決まってた。
Without caring about what I want, everything's decided for me.
俺がやりたいことやしたいことを決める前にそうなることになってたんだ。
Before I can decide what I want to do, that's how it ends up.
たとえ俺が何をしようと結果は変わらないんだ。
No matter what I try to do, the result never changes.
トモ、お前。
だから俺は自分がやりたいことを考えなくなった。
So I've stopped thinking about what I want to do.
考えたところでもう決まっているんだからな。
それって悔しくないのか？
Doesn't that hurt you?
ああそうさ。
Of course it
悔し
does.
くてたまんねえよ。だけどどうしようもないんだ。
There's nothing else I
俺
can
にできるの
do.
は 与えられたことを適当にやり過ごすことくらいなんだ。
All I do is
だから
let
ここ
things
でやめ
pass
る
me
のは
by.
唯一の俺の意志だ。それのどこが悪いって言うんだ。
So quitting here is my only wish. What's wrong with
でも
that?
それじゃ泣き寝入りじゃないか。
But aren't you just giving up in frustration?
お前に俺の何がわかるんだよ。
What do you know about me?
昔ちょっと遊んだことがあるくらいで知った風な口を聞くなよ。
Don't act like you know me just because we played together a little as kids.
俺のこと何も知らないくせに。
You don't know anything about me.
くそ。
And he shoves Yuki
Tomo!
away and runs off, and there's no way Yuki has any hope of catching up to him.
待てよトモ。
So, a very interesting scene. Tomo wants to give up. Tomo has been used by people in the past, and he's being manipulated now. In what way, we're not sure. But this will all come out very soon. We're very close to, I wouldn't say, well, not super close to the end of the game, but we are getting close to the end of the timeline of the game, and now there's just going to be one scene after another, and they're all very packed with information at this point. So, you know, it was kind of a slow start. We didn't know very much about Tomo. We still don't know a lot of things about Tomo. But that will be changing very quickly. And it's just sad, you know. Yuki, as a kid from a happy family, you know, always had good luck. Things have been great for him forever. He doesn't really think about these kinds of problems. He's lived a charmed life, so he doesn't really know what it's like to have issues. And he's starting to understand a bit that not everyone has been as lucky as him, and they don't all have his positive outlook. And it's just natural.
トモ、まだ部屋に帰ってないみたいだったな。
Now Yuki's gone back to his room, but Tomo has not returned.
お前に俺の何がわかるんだよ。
You don't know
昔
anything
ちょっと
about
遊ん
me.
だことがあるくらいで知った風な口を聞くなよ。俺のこと何も知らないくせに。
Just a quick recap of what happened there. You don't know anything about me.
なんか遠いな。
And he seems so far away
公
from
園に
me
行った
now.
時はあんなに近づいたと思ったのに。
And I thought we were so close. Well, maybe I was too happy about things, remembering that he was my childhood friend that we used to play together. Maybe I was the only one who was happy about that.
ほんと、トモの言う通りだ。
It's just as
俺
he
はトモの
says.
こと何も分かってなかった。
I don't know anything about Tomo,
それなのに知った気になってた。
but I want to.
あいつがあんなに苦しんで悩んでいたなんて全然気づいてなかった。
I didn't realize that he was so pained and he was so worried about everything. So Yuki, as always, a very, very good, very caring friend. You know, he makes mistakes, but he wants to know more about the people he cares about. He doesn't want to stay ignorant about people's problems. He wants to help them. And thinking about Tomo yesterday running by himself, he said he ran so he wouldn't have to think about things. But I'm sure he's been really worried about everything. He's been running in order to forget. But I can't accept giving up, no matter what the reason is.
ああ、もうどうしたらいいんだよ。
What should I do?
このままじゃトモを説得することなんてできない。
And like this, I won't be able to persuade him.
俺はトモのこと知らなさすぎるんだ。
I need to know about him.
はあ、どうしたらいいんだよ。
What should I do? I want to help you. And I want to protect the school with you. So, a very long scene. Sorry, I kind of continued, just plowed straight through that one. I thought it would be kind of bad to cut off such a dramatic scene in the middle. And like this. And that's the end. So, Yuki's going to do his best to find out more about Tomo. And we'll find out more about that next time. I'll see you then.